Hi guys. For people who don't know me, which is like everyone, my name is Mariah, and I'm a fill-in, and I'm gonna talk about my bullying story, how it started and why it happened, and stuff like that. Sorry for the lighting in here; it makes me look really orange. But anyways, I'm 13 years old, and my bullying started about maybe 7 or 8 years old. When I was 7, I started gaining weight, and I got bigger than everyone else, and people started calling me fat and stuff like that. Just kind of hard stuff, like harsh stuff to be called whenever you're like 7 years old. And I started getting taller and then getting bigger, so my body was like out of proportion and stuff, and I looked kind of weird, so people would make fun of me for that. And when I was 8, of course, I started growing in more areas and stuff like that, and again, called fat and stuff, but that was basically it. And then when I was about 9, I started getting into school and work and stuff like that, and people would call me geek and nerd and stuff like that. I mean, now it doesn't bother me, but whenever you're 9 years old, I mean, that kind of hurts. And then when I was about 10 to 11, my body started growing more in proportion, and I started looking more normal. More normal. And then it's about 12 years old, which was last year. I went into my first year of junior high, 7th grade, and let's just say that year was not very kind to me. That year, my best friend, my only friend, she transferred schools without telling me, and that really hurt because I never really saw her until a couple months afterwards, and then I haven't seen her since. Yeah, and then I got diagnosed with depression, and then I started changing, and I started, my clothing changed. I went from being normal clothing and stuff to black and gray and just really sad, moody colors. And then and my music changed, and it went from like pop and stuff to like emo core and deathcore and stuff like that, and metal. And my interest started to change too. And then I started cutting myself and to release the pain. And of course, I told one person, and then they told their parents, and then the parents told one of my teachers, and then one of my teachers told me about it, and that was embarrassing. Not in front of everyone, but it was still kind of embarrassing that they knew, and they were just like, you need to stop and stuff like that. And of course I didn't. I know I need to, and I know it's not healthy to, but I can't help it. So that year, people started calling me emo and goth, and just wasn't, I don't know. It just made me even more depressed, and then my doctor put me on antidepressants, and then they helped a little bit, and then he changed my medicine to something stronger, and that's working, and now I have to go to a therapist and stuff, which, I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, I haven't been crazy bullied, but I've also been cyberbullied too. People would just call me mean stuff on the internet, and they don't even know me. And I mean, normally people would be like, well, you aren't that, and so just ignore them, or, they don't know who you are, so just ignore them. But, it's kind of hard. Words cut deep, probably more than actual physical pain is emotional pain. That hurts bad, because physical pain, you get hit and it's over with. But emotional pain, the words, they stay into your brain. They're like seared into your brain, and you'll never forget them. You can forget them for a while, but then they'll always come back and haunt you. And that's what's terrible. Excuse me. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah. So that's my bullying story. I know people have it worse, but it still kind of stinks. And you aren't alone. Trust me, you aren't. I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there who are just like me. And I know I feel alone a lot. Like, a lot. All the time I feel alone. And I have these people with me and around me, but I always describe my feeling as I could be in a crowd of people and still feel like I'm the only one there. And I know that's how a lot of people feel, because depression is terrible. It's not fun. And people are like, that's not an illness, that's not a disease. Well, it kind of is. Depression is just like anxiety. I mean, I have a little bit of anxiety too. I mean, it sucks, basically. It stinks. I hate it. And I wish, I could be normal, but I mean, everyone's like, normal's boring and it's good to be unique. Well, sometimes it's not fun to be unique. But I know it's going to get better. So just believe that it is going to get better. It really will. I mean, it won't now. I know that. I feel like that sometimes too. I'm like, it's never going to get better. It's going to stay like this forever. But it really will get better. I believe it will. I mean, I know you're going to think it won't at some times in your life, but it will. I know it will. And just believe in yourself and be confident in yourself. I know it's difficult, and I'm not saying that I'm confident in myself. I'm very insecure and have low self-esteem, but just try and smile, because that's the best thing you can do. I mean, frowns are ugly. No one wants to see frowns. So just smile. Smiles are probably the most beautiful thing in the world. It's true. And don't make a fake smile. Make a real smile. Just put down that razor blade. Put down that knife. Put away those suicide notes, Just put that away and don't think about that. Just think about the good things. Just, if you want to cut and draw or take a rubber band and pop yourself, just do something. Don't do it, please. Because you may think no one cares for you, but I care. I really care. I really do. I mean, I don't know you, but I care for you. I want you to live. If you die, if you go tonight, then I'm going to miss you. The people around you will miss you. Your family will miss you. It may not seem like it, but they will miss you. One song that I absolutely love is You Are the Heart by Blood on the Dance Floor. Go listen to that, because that's actually how I feel about you. And it basically says, you are the heart that beats inside of me. I love you, I care for you, and I don't want you to go. It'll get better, I promise. But this is my bullying story. And just be confident and smile, alright? I love you guys.